Guys, I want to bring up the first speaker for today. She is an absolute beast in this industry. I know that Riyahd Jones has an event happening very soon. I know that Brittany's busy as well. So this call is not going to be so long, probably like maybe 20 minutes each, 15, 20 minutes each. That's cool, both of you, even 20, 25 minutes. But Brittany is an absolute, I mean, when I'm talking, I'm not overdoing it, but I'm being very, some of you may not know who she is. You saw her on a flyer and you thought, okay, but guys, she is way beyond the rank of chairman. I see her as a chairman 500. I see her going all the way because her belief system, her and her husband have literally hit chairman. And Justin Owens, my good friend, he's a chairman 25. He's actually their mentor. And, her husband, Malcolm, works full time and he went chairman. And I'm like, wow, they don't have extensive years in the industry and they've hit chairman. So it's a blessing. It's a privilege that I get to bring on Miss Brittany Garrison to grace the stage. And I'm super excited. So guys, put some servers in the chat if you're fire. If you are ready for this sauce. I don't think you guys are ready, guys. This is gonna be a serious call. I mean, Riyahd and Brittany together, it's gonna be incredible. So guys, let's really give these guys the respect they deserve for even coming on this call. Just for being on this call, they could be anywhere right now. They make 10 grand a month clean. They could be doing anything, but they're on this call right now. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring her up, Miss Brittany Garrison, and I'm not sure if you guys. Let me see. Unmute you, Brittany. Hey, Brittany, can you hear me? Okay.
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. I'm not sure how you guys want to do it. Do you guys want to bounce? I mean, I know Riyahd is also on this call. Do you guys want to do it together? I mean, Riyahd, let me know if that's good, or do you want to do it separately? Because if you want, you can do it together and bounce off each other.
Got some fire coming already now.
let me see if Riyahd. 1 second. Bear with me 1 moment. Mr. Riyahd, can you hear me? 1 second.
Yo, what's up, my brother? Can you hear me okay?
I'm awesome, man. Awesome. Can you hear me? You can hear me perfectly?
I'm blessed, man. Thank you so much for having me. But bro,
listen,
hey, definitely let Brittany take the floor, man, and have her shine, man. She's a chairman 10. She's lit. Let's let her kill it, bro. I'm excited to hear and take notes.
Awesome. Amazing. So then obviously after that, we'll shop it over. But I mean, listen, without further ado, guys, these are two amazing speakers. I mean, Riyahd and Brittany, they have literally freed their times up for us. So without further ado, Brittany, take it away. 1 second. Let me unmute her. I think she muted herself. Okay, there you go. Yes, we can hear you, man.
Awesome. Well, it is absolutely my pleasure to be able to speak with you guys today. Thank you so much, Junior, for even having me. Of course, to my brother, Riyahd, you guys, I know he's going to drop some fire, so I won't be before you long. But, I was challenged today to be able to share with you guys. First of all, I just love each and every one of you. And just for you guys to just always showing so much love and being so gracious. But, I was challenged today with the opportunity to share what did it for us, how we got here, and really just about my story. I'm 26 years old, and I remember back when I first moved to Atlanta, I used to work full-time for the government. I'm from Washington, D.C., and, I graduated from college and with a music degree, and I wanted to do something different, so I got a job. I had to do what I had to do in order for me to get what I wanted to get, so at that time, it was working full-time. And, I had a great job, $50,000 salary at 22 years old, only it just didn't feel good to me, right? It didn't feel good for me, so I decided one day, I remember visiting Atlanta to visit a friend, and I decided when I got home that I was going to move here next, right? And so that's literally what I did. And I didn't even understand, like, the way that we're taught about the power of belief, this stuff that's behind me, the stuff that's around me was something I wasn't even aware that I was doing before I was doing it. I wasn't aware of what was happening when I was creating that environment. So I remember creating my vision board back in 2016, and right in the middle was Atlanta. Right? Atlanta. I had a calendar. I had the day I was going to put in my resignation. I had the day I was going to have my final brunch, my last happy hour. All that stuff was created, and I was going and looking at it every single day. I had Post-its in my cubicle. I literally probably didn't even work. I only used them for their money. But the biggest thing, guys, was truly believing that, what I wanted was going to happen. So I decided to save up a lot of money and literally get up and go. I moved to Atlanta, and literally everything I pretty much manifested, where I was interning at, in the industry of music, all that kind of stuff was happening right in front of me, but there was still something that kind of had me empty. And if you're not using Instagram to your benefit, guys, you are doing yourself a disservice. I remember just starting to follow different entrepreneurs in the Atlanta area. And that's how I met Mr. Justin Owens. He was having an event called a millionaire mixer. And in my mind, I'm like, well, I want to be a millionaire. I want to mix. And so I go to this event and I messaged him like, y'all would love to be here. He was like, here's my number. You know, when you get there, let me know and let's connect or whatever. So we go to the event. Of course, it was a business opportunity meeting, right? Great way to disguise it. Millionaire mixer, okay? It was a business opportunity event, and literally we got into business with him because it made sense, right? It was a financial literacy company. We were talking about how to really create cash, asset, and cash, how to take the money that you're making and grow these assets to make you more money. I understood that the industry of network marketing would do something different. What's really crazy, guys, I've never even talked about this aspect of the story, but when I was a freshman in college, my first year home from summer, my parents were having a home meeting. Okay, I walk in the house and there's so many random people there. They're having a private jazz mixer. Anybody who's listened to Conceive, Believe, and Achieve, you know who was doing that, okay? I go and I sit there in their presentation, guys, and guess what? It is a video of Mr. Imanitier talking about his last company, and I just knew I was going to be rich in this industry, but I didn't understand all the stuff that we know now, right? So what's amazing to me is full circle. Here we are in 2019, and in 2011, I saw a video, and I got into business because of Mr. Imanitier. Do y'all see that? Now it's 2019, almost 10 years later, and we're working directly with the individual that got me into the industry for the first time off of a video, right? And because of my belief back then, it's so amazing to see what God will do, and not only what God will do, but how he'll align everything from 9 years ago, right? And so we got in this industry with Justin, and then when he decided to transition into this company, it was a no-brainer. What you have to recognize is that success leaves clues. Although we say this stuff all the time, there was a point when this opportunity came about. Now, there were the people that said it wasn't going to work. They said you're a scammer. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. This stuff doesn't make any sense. But the individuals that were telling me this didn't have the lifestyle that I desired. I remember hearing Riyahd say one time, you know, if you're going to take on somebody's opinion, you need to make sure you're willing to take on their lifestyle. And sometimes that boils down to your family, your friends, the people that you're surrounding yourself with, because if you want to go to another level, you have to do something different, and you have to do it unapologetically. And so I was working at this studio, interning at one of the biggest studios in Atlanta for free for 2 years, guys. And when they decided to hire me on, they told me I was worth $1,000 a month and told me it was a risk on their behalf, right? $1,000 a month. So if you look at this, guys, I saved $20,000 to move to Atlanta. It's a lot of money, but well, not anymore, but that's a lot of money. But when you don't know what to do with money and you don't have an income coming in, I literally can only say that $20,000 got me to Atlanta, and that's it, because I don't know where it went. So understand the power of what we have. If I knew then what I know now, oh my goodness, I cannot even imagine where my life would be with the information. So you have to take what we're talking about seriously. You have to take the opportunity that we have seriously, because we're in the position where you can literally create wealth and you don't even have to know what you're doing, right? You have to have the power of belief. And when you have that, everything else is transition. Now, I left this stuff on my wall because when people ask us how we went chairman, it ain't no gimmick. One thing I challenged myself to do in 2019 is everything they say. Most of us are trying to recreate the wheel and do all these things that are different and do it our own way, because you hit P1, you hit P2, and you think you got it. You don't got it. Why? Because you're not a chairman yet. And so what you want to do is follow the people that have the results you're looking for. That's why when Mr. Owens called me with this opportunity, I didn't even have to ask him any questions, because he was a multimillionaire and I was not. That was all that mattered to me. What do I want, and who am I going to follow to get those results? Right? The individuals that were telling me that this wasn't going to work, guess what, guys? We hit chairman, and guess where I went? Right back to go see where you at. Not to prove you wrong, just to prove me and my belief in myself right? I went back, and the individual that told me it wouldn't work was still doing the exact same thing they were doing when I left, and that was almost 2 years ago, right? I remember Jason Brown came to Atlanta. It was in right before Christmas in December 2017. And that was the same exact night I was fired from my last job at the studio. I worked so hard for this position for 2 years for free, and they fired me for a reason I still don't know. But that was the day that I decided that this was going to be all I was going to do, and I was going to give it my everything because I believed that it was done, right? Literally the day they fired me, they gave me a check, they let me go, and the exact same morning, right before 9 a.m., I made the same check trading. That changed the whole game for me. I didn't even need the job. We went P1000 literally less than 30 days of getting laid off, which means we not only replaced the income, but we were already trading, so it didn't really matter, right? And so what you have to understand is that when you go all in on yourself and complete faith in you and God and everything that he's given you, that anything is possible, right? And so when we started developing this business, it wasn't really about trying to hit chairman. It was about how big can I believe? And am I willing to do the work? Because a lot of people are making the decision to go chairman. We go to these events, we jump up and down, we get excited, we get pumped up, we get on these calls, we get fired up, we drop a lot of sevens, we drop a lot of fire, we say we're going to do it, and we go home and we don't do anything. You know who I saw to this? Chairman Riyahd Jones, right? He was getting the results I was looking for. He was getting the results I was looking for, right? We did this, and I said, literally, what would happen if I went all in and listened to what they say? Guys, this stuff was created. The Chairman Blueprint was created the month I got started in this business. And the majority of the time, I wasn't even doing it. And the minute our business started to take off was the moment I decided, I'm going to pay attention. What did they say? He said, show the plan 4 to 6 times a week. I was only showing it on Sundays. And wondering, why was I stagnant? Why aren't things moving the way I want to? Well, I can't expect to lead individuals and tell them to show the plan 4 to 6 times. I wasn't doing it myself, right? And so literally we started showing the plan 4 to 6 times, doing webinars and showing exactly what it is that they were saying to do. And guess what? You'll realize how quickly you could have been somewhere else when you start doing what was already told to you. Most of us, we're taught to follow directions in everything that we do. But when it comes to doing the things that actually will benefit you, you don't follow it. Right? When people tell you get up and go to work at 8 a.m., they tell you to get off, go to lunch at 12 o'clock, be back by 12:30 on the dime. We're doing everything that they're telling us while they're telling us to without stepping out of line. But when it comes to doing it for yourself, you got to make sure you're comfortable. Your comfort zone is literally your broke zone. And so what I want to challenge you guys right now while we're on this call and you're hearing this information, you're hearing the story, to make a decision. Make a decision that I'm going to literally follow the blueprint, because if we follow the blueprint, we'll go chairman. It wasn't created to just be a video on YouTube. It was created to literally show you exactly how you could go chairman in half the time. Anybody who's your leader, you have to recognize that somebody who's a higher level than you have the opportunity to start your process at their ceiling. People ask me all the time and they say, well, how was this for you when you first got started? I said, well, that's honestly it doesn't even matter, because guess what? The best part for you is you get to start where I am today. You don't even have to go back to where I began, because I've already done the work to put you ahead of my game. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you literally follow the blueprint, we don't do this stuff for fun. We do this because we want to see you be exactly as successful as we are. Literally. So I challenge myself and my husband to literally do everything that they say to the T. Most of us are asking questions. Well, why would that? Why? Why do I have to show the plan 4 times? I don't care. That's what he said to do. I literally will challenge you. Do exactly what they do in the Chairman Blueprint, what David said to do in the Chairman Blueprint for 90 days. And if it don't work, then tell him that. But at least you know, because you did it, not because you didn't do it and decided that it didn't work for you. Right? In order for you to go chairman, one thing you're going to have to start developing is stamina. Junior talked about my husband. He works full time. That's why he's not even able to be on the call right now. The very first question that everybody asked him the day we hit chairman was, has you quit your job yet? Most of the time we feel like if we leave our job, I'll be a better trader. If I had more time, I could build the business more effectively. Do you guys recognize that just because you got a job doesn't mean that you are going to automatically leave it? And now osmosisly, I don't know if that's a word, but through osmosis, now you're going to be a phenomenal trader. Now you're going to be an awesome builder. If you cannot maximize the time you have right now with all those things you got going on, what makes you think that when you don't have them, you're going to do it? Most people quit their job and guess what they're doing? Sleeping till 10 o'clock, right? They're not doing nothing. They're not doing the same activity that they were doing when they didn't have the time, because now they have the time, but they're not maximizing it. You have to create a habit. It's just like going to the gym. This business is habitual. Belief is habitual. All this stuff is a muscle. All of this stuff is a muscle, but if you don't work it out, you can't get a result. You can't go to the gym for the first time in a year and expect to get on a treadmill and run 2 miles consistently and not die, okay? You're going to die, or you're at least going to feel like it. And so what you have to understand is it's a gradual thing that you have to do to get back into practice or get back into the stamina so you can increase that so that you can do 2 miles. So you can go to the beach and run 2 miles. But it's not until you get into the practice and the habit and doing of those things that you have the result. When it comes down to this, guys, literally, I have to change all this stuff, but I left it up just for this call, right? This right here is a Chairman 10 check. I went so far as to change my email, right? This is one of my mentor's checks. Change the email because it was paid out to me. All the way down to changing it to what are the last 4 digits of your bank account, because that's when it's real. You got to make it that real. When we went to Houston, Mr. Imanitier had these checks, right? They were everywhere. And some people left them on the floor, guys. I racked up on all of these so I could see everything I needed to. $10,000 a month paid out to Brittany and Malcolm. I wrote this check in May of 2018. Now the date has changed. You can see me. Cross it out. The date has changed multiple times. And sometimes what we'll do is we'll get discouraged when things don't happen when we want it to. Right? I'm so happy and grateful now that we've earned $10,000 in our IML business by February 20th. Another date change. Right? It doesn't matter when it's going to happen. How long will you believe? How long are you going to be able to believe? Because most of us won't believe long enough. We'll believe, but we won't believe long enough, right? If you think about when God told Noah to build the ark, he never been a zoologist. He didn't know these animals or how to get them into this boat. He had to literally become a zookeeper, an architect, and then trust God to show him exactly what he had to do. He had to become an instant leader and do everything that he was directed to do. And because he did, he saved the nation. They said it never rained. It never rained, but he listened to what he said. He didn't even have the tools. He had none of the stuff that you would expect a person to have the result of what they need to do. But if you believe, what you have to recognize is that we have been equipped with every single thing that we need to get to the next level, to any level that we desire, because if we didn't have it, we wouldn't even see the vision to go there. If we didn't possess what it required to get there, we wouldn't even be able to have the opportunity to see to go there, right? So that means every time that you see yourself at a level, you possess everything that is needed for you to get there. Most times we won't even tap in. Do you realize he placed everything that we needed inside of us? And that's why the majority of people can't get to it, because it came standard. You're looking for a gimmick. You're looking for something special. You're looking for the things that people are like, how did you do it? How did you do it? We have a statement in our organization. It's called Run the Play. If you play sports on this call, you understand the importance of where you are in your positioning. I played basketball in high school, college, all of that. If I'm supposed to be in the post, in order for me to get my play, and I'm standing at the top of the key or half court, how can I be successful in what they position me to do? Most people are out of position because they won't even go where they are told to go in order to get the result that they already set up for you. It's already set up. There's literally people in your organization that are waiting for you to succeed. You got to shift your perspective in everything. What can't you do? I never had success in this industry. My last company, I was with Justin for 11 months and I made $35. $35. We just smacked Chairman 10. $35 though. So technically the way that my belief could have been set up was, well, I've never been successful with this before. I don't really know about Forex really, I took a class on stock investment where I invested $3,000 before and I still haven't seen a return from that. So how do I know that this will work? You don't have to know how it's going to work. You just have to know. The how is irrelevant, because when you take how and put it in your hands, God can't do what he's supposed to. When you're putting how in your hands and holding on to it so tight, I got to figure this out. And if I don't know it, then it ain't going to work. No, you have to put your belief to work. You have to put your belief to work. It's a muscle. It's a muscle. And if you do that, guys, I can guarantee you, this chairman thing is the easy part. It's just like trading. Trading isn't hard. It's just new. And most people can't dust off the newness long enough for them to get the result with trading. It's not hard, guys. They set it up so we can literally make money and don't have to know nothing about what we're talking about. You could build this business, and most people are sitting here trying to have a conversation with somebody for 20 minutes about what is Forex, how it works, $5.3 trillion a day. You know, if you go to another country, you know, you would have to, why are you doing all that when all you're supposed to say is, in the last 10 years, the amount of money that's come in and out of your bank account, how much has it made you? It was set up for you to succeed. It was set up for you to succeed, but because we won't stay in line, follow the play, run the play, run the play. When we started running the play, stop questioning everything that we were being told. Why does it have to go like this? How does it go like that? Literally, we started to get that. My mentor said, Justin said, what would you need to see in your back office for you to run harder? Right? How fast would you hit chairman if you were 25 away? Right? How much harder would you work if you were 10 customers away from P5? And so what I started to do was train my mind to see what I needed to see. Most time we're looking at the back office, and the back office is only going to tell you where you're at, not where you're going. And when you work on that belief muscle, you'll believe so big that one day you're just going to look up and the back office updated to what you've been telling it the whole time. I was already telling my back office that, right? And so most of the times what I'm telling you guys is, if you start speaking, seeing, hearing, all the things, touching, tasting, what would you do as a chairman? Where would you go? What would you buy? The Versace party. Anybody who was there, my belief was stretched just off the fact that, I mean, guys, it's literally the same thing with everything. People feel like I'm going to be rich and then I'm going to go to Versace. I'm going to be rich and then I'm going to go to Gucci, Louis, and Burberry and buy all these things. I'm going to get me a Benz. I'm going to get me a Bentley just when I'm rich. But if you don't put that stuff into practice now, it's not going to just happen. It's not going to just show up. You literally have to be in practice of doing that stuff the entire time. It's a muscle. It's a muscle, right? And so what I want to challenge everybody to do, guys, is just run the play. Go back and rewatch the Chairman Blueprint. Everything that we've talked about just now, everything that Riyahd talks about, everything that Junior and Yvonne and Zane are already instilling into you, do exactly what they say. Because they don't have results for no reason, guys. We're trying to put you at the ceiling of where we currently are and let that be your floor. And let that be your floor. That means we're putting you ahead of the game. We're putting you ahead of the game, but you got to believe in not only yourself, but believe in your leaders. Trust exactly what's being told to you and just run the play. I'd rather you run the play for 90 days and then tell me it didn't work versus to not do it and then wonder why the results are where they are. This business is what I learned, guys. This business is super simple. It's not hard. We complicate it. We complicate it because we're trying to figure it out when it was already created. It was already created. You just have to run the play, guys. You just have to run the play. You have to believe big, and you have to work your butt off. Belief is not it, okay? Now, of course, we talk big about belief, but you got to work your butt off. People say, how did you guys do it? Or how do you balance a full-time job and the business and trading? And I literally tell people, you don't. You know why? Balance is not what you're looking for. You're looking for balance because you're looking to be comfortable. You're looking for balance because you're looking to be comfortable. A day in the life of my husband's life is we got back from South Carolina at 2 a.m. and he got up to go to work at 6:30. And we're going to go, I'm going to pick him up after I get off this call, and we're going to go to a presentation. We're going to leave that one and go to another one. We're probably going to get home at 1 a.m. And guess what? We're going to do it all over again tomorrow. When you're looking for balance, you're looking for comfort. What you have to do is get uncomfortable and comfortable with being uncomfortable. Really, what you need to be pushing to do is grow so much by the time you hit chairman that when you do, the people that literally are in your space are even uncomfortable, guys. Shift your perspective. I remember thinking about this, like, I can't wait to go chairman because when I do, I'll show them that it works. I'll show them that I could do it. I'll show them that they didn't believe in me. And guess what? I still made it happen. It wasn't until I shifted my perspective and said, I don't even care to show you. I just want to show you how to believe. My perspective shifted to, I just want you to believe, not in this, not in me, but in the power of what we possess when we put everything into what we're trying to do, everything into what we're trying to receive, guys. Literally, when I shifted that perspective, everything started to line up. Everything started to line up. I didn't have to worry about leaders. I didn't have to worry about people coming in and out of the business. I didn't have to worry about if people's auto ships are going through. I literally just spoke to the back office and it did exactly what I said. People will ask you, what does it feel like to be chairman? But if you've already been there the whole time, if you've already been there the whole time, you're just seeing exactly what you said. You're just seeing exactly what you've seen the entire time. At some point, it's got to manifest. At some point, you will see the physical aspect of everything that you built in the spirit, of every single thing that you built in the spirit. Riyahd will tell you, success is 90% spiritual. 90% spiritual. And it's not until you develop that aspect of yourself that everything that you desire to see in the physical aspect of your life starts to manifest. You don't even have to worry about it happening. It literally shows up. And you'd be like, wow, that was interesting. Oh, wow. It's just happening around you. It's just happening around you, guys. Focus on everything that everybody's talking about. Prospect, present, promote. Prospect, present, promote. Get good at those things. Prospect, present, promote. Pique their interest. Show the plan. 3-way call. Like literally everything that they say, and you will get the success that they have. In order for you to get something different, you have to do something different. Come up out of that shell. Be unapologetic about walking in who you already called to be. Be unapologetic about walking in who you were called to be. Every single individual in this call is a chairman, but it's not until you believe that, right? Because we can believe in you all day long. We can speak into you. We can speak life into your situation, speak life into your business. But until you believe and receive all that stuff that is already yours, it won't come to fruition. And the minute that you do, it's already done. It's already done. But you can't just say the things that we're talking about and not get your butt to work. You can't just say that and not show the plan. You can't just say that and not be out all hours of the night, literally all hours of the night, making sure other people are successful, right? We're on about at least 3 different time zones on this call, I'm sure, because I know Riyadh's on the West Coast, right? 3 different time zones, but we're still making time to make sure that everybody's in position to understand exactly what you need to do in order for you to go to the next level. So I truly appreciate the opportunity to share with you guys. I can't wait to see you all in Houston or in Dallas. I believe in every single individual on this call, and trust me, if you take what we're talking about seriously, if you literally run the play verbatim, no questions asked, just do it and watch it work on your behalf. So I appreciate you so much, Junior, for having me. I already see my brother over there brewing up. I mean, he looked like he about to explode. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, Junior, to take over and bring my brother on. I thank you guys so much. It was an honor and a privilege, absolutely, to share with you guys.
Oh man, listen, guys, put some servers in the chat. I got pages of notes right now. I am fired up. Thank you so much, guys. Put some servers in the chat. Oh man, some of the things, the biggest thing that I learned from this, she spoke about it on the new wave, on the next wave call, I think it was Jason Brown. She spoke about running the play. That is so powerful because sometimes we ask so many questions and just running the play, man. Run the play. Thank you so much. I see Riyahd he's ready. He's ready. Guys, we're gonna bring up a good friend of mine. As I said, someone that when you went chairman, I saw him in a group chat. I said, I'm a fan. Let me just say congratulations to him. I think at the time I was like a P600 or something, and I said congratulations. And this guy he's a brother to me. He's someone that he actually inspires me so much. If you guys have seen the regime that we've created in London now with all the STP, show the plan, that's because these guys are actually running away, and he is an absolute inspiration to a lot of us, all of us in the UK, and an incredible leader, someone I have massive respect for. He's going to give some amazing nuggets. Let me get him on the call. Let me unmute him, Mr. Riyahd Jones. He's ready to just go in. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Yes, bro. Can you hear me?
Yo. What's up, my brother?
Oh, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being on this call. You and Brittany, thank you guys so much. Honestly, thank you.
Man, first and foremost, I got to give it back to you, bro. Thank you for having me. It's amazing. I'm excited to be amongst so many great entrepreneurs from different parts of the world, different walks of life. And secondly, but also importantly, can we please give it back to Miss Brittany, because that was just amazing. If you got some value from Brittany, our brand new chairman, drop some fire in the chat box, because I was over here lit. And it's so amazing to see the growth. I remember when me and Brittany went to a little chicken restaurant in Atlanta, and we just sat down and talked for a couple hours just about building the business. This when she, I don't know, was maybe a platinum 1000 or a platinum 2000. And now, boom, to see her as the chairman 10 is just nothing less than amazing. So again, Brittany, I'm so proud of you. I got your gift. I know I told you I would get you a gift. I got the gift. You know what I'm talking about? So it's amazing, guys. So again, my name is Riyahd Jones. I'm 25 years old. I'm from the States. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm currently right now, I'm in Seattle. So I'm in the trenches, right? I'm in the trenches of Seattle showing the plan. STP, like Junior was saying, that's what this business is about. Showing the freaking plan. If you want to get results, you got to show the plan. So I'm in Seattle right now. I was in Colorado for 2 days. Left there, flew here. I'll be here in Seattle until Friday, and then I'll be in Mississippi. I'll be in the country of the U.S. I'll be in Mississippi for a day or two doing an event there. So, guys, massive action, massive activity, showing the plan. Again, like Brittany said, there's no magic trick. There's no secret sauce to success. The only secret sauce is the sauce that's already been given, so it's not a secret anymore, right? The same things that David is talking about, the same thing that Zane and Junior and Yvonne and Brittany, myself, the same thing that people are talking about. Guys, this is going to get you the result. See, what I want you to understand is there's power in writing things down. See, Brittany was just showing you things. She picked up a check. What did I do? Brittany, I didn't leave the check either, Brittany. I went and picked up the same check. And what did I write down on it? $100,000 a month. Wow. What's in my wallet? A $1 million bill. What's also there? A gold card. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a Chairman 25 in my IML business, and I have 25 Platinum 1000s, and I'm earning $30,000 a month. By May 4th, 2019, I wrote this in October, right? I wrote this in October at the Bob Proctor event. And now, here's the deal. I'm about to smack Chairman in April. I'm less than 100 away. It'll be done in April. So when I tell you it's power in writing stuff down, I mean it. Here's another one. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm happily married, earning over $100,000 a month in income, and I'm walking in my purpose, inspiring the world with my words and my presence by July 2020. So again, guys, there is no secret, right? It's what people are actually doing, right? It's what people are actually doing, guys. So every time I touch my wallet, I say I'm grateful for all that I have. So if these things that are written are in my wallet, that means I'm grateful for it. That means I'm having an expectation that is already here, or I'm knowing that it's already here, right? So my faith is built in my expectation, guys. But again, I'm so excited to be on this line. Junior, thank you for having me again. That's not even what I wanted to talk about. But Brittany kind of led me directly to that. What I want to kind of talk about is focus. I want to kind of dive into focus. And Brittany kind of hit on something. And when she said it, I thought about focus. I said, I can use this for my topic of what I was planning on diving into on the topic of focus. So Brittany actually mentioned Noah, right? Noah and his ark. And she said that Noah wasn't a zoologist. Noah had never built an ark before. Noah didn't know anything about this. But Noah still chose to actually go out there and build the ark. It took him over 50 years to build the ark. Noah still did it in spite of what people were saying. So in spite of people saying, Noah, this is not going to work for you. Noah, you're crazy. Noah, do something else with your time. Noah, go find a real job, right? Instead of that, what did Noah do? Noah chose to focus on the instructions that he received. Noah chose to focus on the task. Noah chose to focus on the end goal. Noah chose to focus on the vision. Noah chose to focus on the result. See, you got two types of people. You have the person that focuses on the goal, and you have the person that focuses on the problem, right? And here's the deal. The number one cause of failure, my fellow crew, international crew, the number one cause of failure is broken focus. That's the number one cause of failure. Number one cause of failure in marriage. Number one cause of failure in any kind of business relationship. Number one cause of failure in a sports organization. Number one cause of failure in the business is broken focus, right? See, successful people, ultra successful people, people like David, people like Matt Rose and Jason Brown, Alice Moore, people like that are massively successful, they have a habit of being able to stay focused for a very long period of time. Successful people have a habit of staying focused for a very long period of time. So when you have people in marriage, right, that have divorce, why do they have that divorce? Because they couldn't stay focused on the end goal of what the marriage was supposed to be. They focus on the problem. And anytime a problem has risen and we give light to that problem, guess what happens? Like David says all the time, you become what you think about. So as you begin to focus on that negativity, as you begin to focus on that problem, boom, disaster begins to take place. So in your business, you got to choose what you're going to focus on, right? You got to focus, right, on things that are going to bring positive to you, because again, you become what you think about. And since you're so cool, since you guys are Junior's crew, his family, I even brought points for you to focus on. I even got points for you to focus on, so we can know in 2019, going into the second quarter of the year, exactly what we need to be focused on. So the very first thing that you got to be focused on is growth. You have to be focused on growing yourself as a person. And here's the deal. There's a law to growth. Growth has to be intentional. Growth has to be intentional. We don't just grow because we show up to the events. We don't just grow because we get on the call. We don't just grow because we're at the PBRs. We don't just grow because we're at places where people are showing the plan. We don't just grow because we're at the Starbucks meeting. We have to intentionally be focused on growing, right? So there's two areas that you want to focus on growing. You want to focus on an area that's going to allow you to create a skill, and you're going to focus on an area of growth where it's going to allow you to help yourself. It could be something dealing with discipline. This could be something dealing with, I don't know, money management. It's going to be areas that you're going to have to focus on intentionally, because here's the deal. My goal, when I'm talking to my organization, I'm talking to my leaders, my goal is to not create a network marketer. I don't want to create a network marketer. I want to create a human being. I want to help somebody develop into that leader that's inside them. So we got to make sure that we're always focused on everything, right? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. So you got to make sure that you're focused in every single area of your life. So here's the deal. You got to pick a skill where you want to grow in. It could be a trading skill. It could be skills of leadership. It could be a skill of prospecting. You want to learn how to present more. You want to pick that area of growth, and you want to grow in that area every single day, right? You want to grow in the area of finances. You want to pick an area of finances and begin to grow in that area every single day, because if you want to become a chairman, you have to be complete, right? Every leader that I know is a leader that has integrity. Integrity means unified. Integrity meaning complete. Right. So you want to be full in every single area of your life. So you got to be focused and growing in each and every single area. Very, very important, because here's the deal. Our goal as a leader in this business, our goal in going chairman is to develop other people to do what it is that we're doing. Well, if we're not growing, we can't develop anybody. If we're not growing, we can't develop anybody. So you can't pour from an empty cup. So you got to always be at the source. You got to always be, at the place that you need to get the information, get the experiences, guys, get around the right people to get what you need to actually go take that and then begin to pour to your organization. Because here's the deal. If you're on this call and you want to go chairman, you don't get praise. You don't get awarded. You don't get the result that you want by creating followers. You get the results that you really, really want. You become great when you serve people, help people develop into something that they never believed that they could become. But you can only get there if you're focused on growth, right? So that's the first point you want to be focused on. The second point you want to be focused on is production. You got to be focused on production. You got to stay in phase one in this business. You got to always be showing the plan. Showing the plan works. Listen, that is the sauce, right? That's the foundation. Faith without works is dead. But here's the deal. Work without faith is also dead. You got to have both of them. You got to have both of them. The law of action is very, very real. So you have to get out there and produce. If you're on a call because you want to be, and I'm hoping that I'm talking to chairman right now. I'm believing that I'm talking to chairman. So if you're on a call right now and you're a chairman, you got to produce. Why do you have to produce? Because your team is only going to do a percentage of what you do as a leader. Your team should never outgrow you. So if your production is a 5, that means your team's production is a 3 or a 4. Think about that. But if your production as a leader, you're always above a 8, 9, a 10. You're always producing. You're always in the trench. You're always getting a result. You're always getting people enrolled into your business. What's going to happen? Your second levels of leaders, right? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to do a small little percentage of what you do. But the magic is going to take place when that 61% of your business begins to duplicate something very, very small. So you have you going crazy, showing the plan, setting the example, because that's what our job is as a leader, is to do. We're not here to get everybody rich. Our job is to set the example of what winning looks like. Your job as a chairman is not to make anybody rich. Your job is to show what a winning example looks like. And as you show what the winning example looks like, you're going to have some people that will, and you're going to have some people that won't. You work with the some people that will, because that some people that will, that's going to be your 20%. That's going to be your 20%. And once you got that 20%, that's who you pour into. That's who you work with. So our job is to develop a 20% and focus on expanding that 20%, because we don't work with everybody. That's why a lot of people, don't have, they feel stretched out in business because they're spending their time working with people that are not the willing. You only work with the willing. So our job as the leader is to identify potential leaders and develop them. But we can't identify somebody if we don't have those traits inside of us. We got to have those traits inside of us first, because that person is not going to follow us if we're not producing. The leader that you want to attract into your business, the reason why they haven't joined you yet is because you're not the leader that you need to be for them to say, hey, I'm ready to sign up. Hey, send me the link. That's why you got to be focused on growth, right? Because as you begin to grow, guess what happens? When growth is evident, when there's evidence of growth, results will soon follow. Write that down. When there's evidence of growth, results will soon follow. Because when you begin to grow, you begin to produce. There can be no production if you're not growing. It's very rare that I get somebody involved into the business and they go platinum 1,000 with no growth. So growth is the foundation, and then you got to produce. Because as you produce, guys, guess what can happen? You now have set that example for people to follow you. You show them what a winner looks like. If you're a platinum 1,000 on the line, you should be focused on enrolling a solid 4 to 5 people in your business every single month minimum. You got to get personal 4 to 5 minimum. Platinum 600. You're a platinum 600 on the line. You got to be focused on getting 4 to 5 people in your business minimum. You're a platinum 1,000. You want to be focused on bringing in 7 to 10 people a month in your business. This is how you create momentum. This is how you create momentum. Because here's the deal. We want to have production in our business. We want to have production, right? How do you get production, right? Well, we want to have momentum. How do you get momentum in your business? Momentum comes from people. Momentum is a bunch of new and excited people following the system and getting results. So when you're focused on personally producing and focused on personally bringing people into your business, when you get those ranks, if you're trying to get to a point where you got leaders developing your business, you got to be focused on in the trenches producing. You got to be showing the plan, right? You got to be exposing 5 to 10 people a day, right? This is the way that we look at the business. It's not like some kind of secret. It's a science. It's all about the numbers. If I'm exposing 5 to 10 people a day, listen to me. I'm physically exposing 5 to 10 people a day, showing my business to them. And I'm leading a percentage of those 5 to 10 people to a successful conversation, right? What does a successful conversation mean? In our organization, a successful conversation doesn't happen until that prospect has spoken to a third party, until they've spoken to an upline, until they've spoken to a leader. It doesn't count. If you just show somebody the plan and they don't talk to a upline, a platinum 1,000, a platinum 2,000, a P600 or up, listen, that doesn't count as an exposure because they haven't gotten to somebody that can validate the information. So when you're focused on really, really producing, you got to know what's really involved. You got to know how to get the production, because that's how I'm saying you should be focused on bringing in those numbers. If I'm a platinum 600 and I want to build the business, listen, I got to be bringing 5 to 7 people in my business every single month, because I won't be a platinum 1,000. I won't be a platinum 600 for long. Think about it. If I'm a platinum 600 and I'm moving with momentum and I just brought in 5 to 7 people in my business, I shouldn't be a platinum 1,000, a platinum 600 for much longer. Why? Because I'm personally focused on production. I'm personally focused on getting a result. I'm not waiting on my team to do anything, because I understand that my team is only going to duplicate a percentage of what I do as the leader. So if I'm the leader, if I'm the person that brought these individuals in the business, if they're in my success team, I got to set the example as the leader. I got to get out there in the trenches. I got to get out there in the field. I got to get on social media. I got to prospect. I got to present. I got to get people involved into my business. Why? Because I cannot focus on me not having momentum in my business. I cannot focus on my business not moving. I cannot focus on me not having people that's going to show the plan. I can't focus on my team not moving as fast as me. If I focus on production, that'll take care of everything. See, momentum solves every single problem in business. Momentum solves all your problems in business. But how do you get momentum in network marketing? You need people. You need a bunch of new and excited people following the system and getting results. Because we got a bunch of new and excited people following the system getting results. What's going to happen, guys? Magic is going to take place. But when you begin to focus on you don't have a bunch of new and excited people, guess what happens? Disaster takes place because that's where your focus is at. So you got to focus on production, get out there in the field, get out there in the trenches, and set that example for your team. Pack out your living room. I had somebody tell me one day, they said, bro, I see your living room, I see your great couch in your living room more than I see you. I said, bro, I'm in the field, I'm grinding. I've been showing the plan in my living room pretty much every day since December. Pretty much every time. When I'm home in Atlanta, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm always showing the plan. Why? Why? Because I understand that action always follows belief. Like Brittany just spoke a lot about belief. I'm gonna speak about action. Action always follows belief. See, when you got a true belief about something, action will always take place. And I have a crazy belief that it's bamboo season. I got a crazy belief that a quantum leap is gonna happen in my life in 2019. So if I really, really believe that, guess what happens? I gotta show that I believe through my actions. Make your feet move as fast as your mouth. One of my 19-year-old Platinum 5000s that's loading up taught me that. Have your feet move, have your mouth, your feet move as fast as your mouth. So your action, your body, you should always be engaging into action. But if you're focused on the wrong things, right? If you're focused on the wrong things, your body can't engage into action. Why? Because the body will always follow the mind. If I'm focused on the wrong things, I can't engage into action. If I'm focused on the negativity, if I'm focused on people not joining my business, if I'm focused on, I don't have anybody showing the plan in my organization. If I'm focused on trading is not going my way. If I'm focused on people not joining, if I'm focused, I haven't popped the rank. If I'm focused, I'm deranking. If that's what my focus at, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get into this feeling of dissatisfaction. I'm going to get into this feeling of, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to get into this feeling of, man, this sucks, right? And since my mind is thinking that all the time, my body now begins to feel that. So my body feels like crap. Guess what's going to happen? I'm never going to show the plan. I'm never going to do anything. So I can always identify how somebody's business is based on what's coming out of their mouth. I can always tell. And how can I tell so easily? Because when I was going through my problem, when I was going through my dark place, listen, guess where my mind was at? Guess what my mouth was speaking? Guess how my body was feeling? So I only speak from experience. But guess what? Action will always follow true belief. So even when I was in this dissatisfaction, even when I was in this state of dysfunction, like, man, why is my business not moving? Why is my business sitting in this same spot? Why has it been here for months and I've been showing the plan? I've been engaging in activity. Why is my faith so frustrated? Why? And I realized the reason that my business wasn't moving, the reason why things weren't happening, even though you can speak about something all day long. But if there's no real feeling with it, if you don't feel like a 25, if you don't feel like a 50, you can speak 50. You can speak 25, and you're going to be speaking it with no conviction. And it's not going to happen. And every time you go show the plan, you're going to show it, and people going to join your business, you're not even going to be excited. That's how it was before. I go show the plan, 5 people join, and I'm like, bro, that ain't even move my volume. Didn't even get excited. Why? Because I was focused on the problem. My focus wasn't in the right place. So what I'm telling you, the number one cause of failure in business, in life, in relationship is broken focus. I really mean it. You become what you think about. So if I'm focused on the positive, guess what's going to happen? Positive is going to show up in my life. If I'm focused on production, if I'm always thinking about production all the time, I'm going to get a feeling in my body that's telling me, won't even let me sleep because I haven't produced yet. So you focus on production, you intentionally focus on it, a feeling is going to be created, and your body is just going to go do it. You know, it's going to feel so gracefully. Like me traveling, I've been traveling since February. Listen, it feels very gracefully. It doesn't feel forced. I don't feel stretched. I don't feel tired. Why? Because I'm moving with a sense of grace. I'm moving with a sense of belief that it's already done. No matter what happens, if I do an event, nobody comes, I still know because I did the work, somebody's still going to join the business and blow it up. That's what my belief is at. That's what my faith is at. Why? Because I'm focused on Chairman 100. I'm focused on 10 Chairman 10s. So I can't allow a petty problem to distract me. Why? Because I've been focused on growth. I can tell the size of a man by the size of a problem that gets him down. So if you're focused on growth, if you focus on production, petty problems won't bother you. People can't sign up with the car's not processing. It doesn't bother you. Sign them up with Bitcoin. You fix the problem really quick when you're focused on the results, when you focus on the vision. And that's the last thing that you want to focus on, guys. And I'll be off the call because I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of going, but I kind of get lost in the moment. And people kind of know me. They know this is me. Because I really like to pour into people. I have a calling on my life to really show people the power of what it is that we do with faith and belief and leadership development, guys. So forgive me. But the last thing that you want to focus on, guys, is the vision. You want to focus on a vision. And it's two visions that you want to focus on. You want to focus on your personal vision, and you want to focus on the vision for your organization. You have to have two visions. You got to have two visions. You want to have a vision for yourself, what you want your personal life to look like, and also a vision for your organization. Because those two things are there. That's what's going to keep you in the game. Right? If you got a vision for yourself and a vision for your organization, that's what's going to keep you in the game. Remember, the number one cause of failure is broken focus. The people without vision will perish. What am I telling you to focus on? Vision. Why? Because the people without it going to perish. See, any trainings that I put together, guys, it all comes from one place because I truly believe that you want to be led in the right way. You want to be led by great people. And so all my principles come from the same place. Right. So I know when I'm teaching people, I know that it's coming from somewhere where I'm going to get a certain result and it's going to help somebody. So you want to have two visions that you focus on, because without the vision, you're going to perish. It's a law, because you become what you think about. Because if I don't have any vision, right, that means I'm focused on the distractions. Write this down. If you don't have vision, that means you focus on the distractions. And the enemy know that he can't destroy you. So what does he try to do? Distract you. That's why you got to be focused on the vision. The number one cause of failure is broken focus. You got to know what you want to focus on, guys. So you want to be focused on growth. You want to pick two areas to focus on growing intentionally in, right? You want to grow an hour each day in those areas. It could be an area in leadership. It could be an area in finances. It could be an area in trading, right? You want to grow intentionally in those areas, right? And then you want to be focused on production, because your team is only going to do a percentage of what you do. You are the lead of your organization. If your organization isn't moving, it's because you're not moving. If your organization isn't moving, it's because you're not moving. Because as you begin to grow, as you begin to level up from a 6 to a 7, your team levels up from a 4 to a 5 to a 6. And that's how it goes, guys. As you elevate, your team is going to elevate. But before elevation can actually happen, evolution in you has to take place. That's why growth is important. A butterfly, a caterpillar can never become a butterfly without evolution. So you can't become a chairman from a platinum 150 without evolution. When evolution takes place, elevation automatically happens. So if you continue to focus on growth, guess what's going to happen? You're automatically going to produce. You cast that vision over your organization. You create that vision for your life, and you're going to get that result that you want. So guys, thank you so much for your time. Junior, thank you so much for having me on your platform. Guys, I know I kind of went over, but again, I'm sorry. But I hope that you guys got some value. Matter of fact, if you got some value, drop some fire in the chat box. Again, thank you so much. Junior, Brittany, you are amazing. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you.
Man, oh my goodness. Oh man. I still got so many thoughts going through my head. I'm thinking about all sorts of things right now. So I'm so grateful for you, brother. I mean, man, evolution, elevation. My head is doing backflips and all sorts of It was incredible, man. Listen, I really want to thank you, Riyahd and Brittany, for coming to this call. I mean, literally, it's really blessed us here in the UK and all across the world. I'm sure there's a lot of countries on this call right now. I'm so blown away and so blessed. I'm going to apply these notes right now. We've got some guys in the office downstairs that need to hear this sauce. They're going to be giving this sauce out. And I'm so, so grateful. I mean, he said, you know, the first thing he said was the secret sauce. It's not even secret because it's available to us. Like these little things, it's incredible, man. You know, and guys, for those that are in the UK or in that's not in the US, even if you are in the US, make sure you're there. And we're looking to come to definitely Houston event and also to Dallas. So guys, you know, contact me. We've got some good deals going for those trips as well, to see these guys out there in the States, man. But guys, thank you so much. Brittany, is she on the call? And say thank you to her as well. Brittany, thank you so much once again. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the words. We are blessed, honestly. So put some service in the chat, guys, if you're excited, because I'm so inspired right now. I just want to go out there. I want to go into the streets and just start cold recruiting. Oh man, I'm excited, guys. Thank you so much. For those, wow, I just got a message from Chad Thompson. Wow, what? That's not a coincidence either. That's definitely God's grace. But guys, honestly, guys, these notes, apply these notes right now. Apply these notes. You know, literally give your thank yous. I mean, Riyahd Jones and Brittany on Instagram. I'll give you guys their profiles. Follow. Let's connect. We're a family. Let's stay connected. And God bless every single one of you. Thank you so much, Riyahd and Brittany. Once again, I thank you so much. And anything you guys need from us in the UK, we're here to help you guys as well. So God bless you guys. Have a great evening. And I'll see you guys at the top. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you all. Thank you.